Ah! Ah! Oh god, I haven't done this in a while. Ah! It's Friday. I remember what day it is today. Oh god. Oh, that's a good start, isn't it? Hello. It's been a while. I'm still quite ill. So you have to excuse me not sounding the best and also probably coughing quite a bit. I did have a positive. If I had a positive test, I'd be like, oh shit. I did do a negative test. It's fine. It's just a cold. It is just a cold this time. I was going to stream yesterday, but I was just so. I was even worse than I was today. But today I wanted to make sure I wanted to do a stream. Just because I haven't done it in 2 months, I think. Definitely, yeah. It was around about when Forza Horizon 5 came out, so we're talking like November. And it's been 2 months. No real reason for that other than just work. Just a lot of fucking work. I will probably talk more about it in the stream because today's not going to be like a like I didn't fancy playing like a competitive game like Super Animal Royale today just because I'm too ill for that. I wanted to play Forza, but I haven't touched my Xbox in about 2 months. So that probably had both a console update and a game update, which probably would take about 5 hours. Not even exaggerating, really. And none of the games other than this one are the ones that I really wanted to play. So we're just going to do some power wash. We're probably going to do a couple hours. I don't know if I'll be able to squeeze in 3 hours. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. But yeah, just some power washing, wash you soul, etc. Right. I did unmute. There's not much noise in this game other than just the constant sound of water, which I suppose that's dolphin. Yeah, that's kind of what I do. Yeah, so not much to really explain about the game other than just you do power washing. That's kind of it. So it's my. I'm just going to talk shit for about two to 3 hours because there's a lot of shit to talk about. Hi Kim, you have done many the smooch. Oh god, it begins.
Love Dolphin Heart.
Thanks, Eris. Thank you for now. The fucking 1 year. Jesus, it's really been that long. I mean, I guess it has to be fair because I did start this around about mid-January. I will explain what's happening with that during the stream. I'm going to talk a lot of things about, like I said, there's a lot of things I need to talk about because it's been about 2 months since I streamed. So there's a lot of shit I need to talk about in my life, or shit I want to talk about in my life, and also stuff I want to talk about stream-wise because, hey, it's been a year. Fucking hell, it has been a year. But anyway, let's clean this car because we've got a car to wash. I will just do that. That's not too loud, is it? Or it might be too quiet for all I know. I just don't want to make sure that I want to make sure that even if it is a bit too loud, it's not, or a bit too quiet, it's not a big deal because it's just that. Hi Viv. So yeah, let's watch a car. Where's my free dolphin? You're right here. Okay. So yeah. What have I been up to for the last God knows how long? Like I said, it's a lot of work. Essentially, oh, this car's got a lot of rust on it. Okay. That's probably why it's going to be a bit longer to do than I thought. Basically, start of December, I was basically, as I kind of expected at this point at my work, to basically say, hey, do you want to help out with another store? And I was just like, yeah, sure, I can do that. That's fine. And usually it wasn't that bad. Usually it's not been that bad because it's usually been mostly kind of chill. But basically, like, all the staff that I remember from last year have gone, either through just leaving themselves or through just getting other jobs or giving up or any of that kind of shit. So there's only like one member of staff who I think is still there that I remember working with that year, and he got COVID, so he couldn't work, which is the main reason why they needed my help, because the only member of staff that I remember working there got COVID. So that's the only reason why I was there. And God, it was just... I don't know what it was about it. It wasn't terribly busy, but it was just, like, a lot more work than it was last time, I remember. Like, last time I remember it being, like, not terribly bad, because it wasn't, like, the most busy in the world. But, God, yeah, this year it was really busy. And also, like, really, like, a lot of work. Oh, I didn't realise we were doing a rally car. That's nice. But yeah, it was just hectic as all hell. And by like the Friday, because I worked from the Sunday to the Friday, by the end of it, I was so unbelievably knackered that by about 4 o'clock that day, I was basically on the verge of falling asleep. I was just out of it. I was so fucking tired. And I've got to do it again tomorrow. Granted, it's only for 1 day, so that's why I'm a bit more like, yeah, I can do it. But yeah, it was just hectic as hell. And also, obviously, it was a Christmas period, so you can imagine what that was like working retail. It wasn't too bad, thankfully, but it was the standard Christmas period during retail. I did luckily manage to go see friends. I know December was like the one time when I was able to go to a fur meet. It was the only one that... Because obviously I wanted to go to one this month, but obviously that understandably got postponed because of Omicron. But the one that I did go to, really, really nice. Really enjoyed it there. Seemed to be a lot better than it was back ages ago, when I used to go to them quite frequently, and it was nowhere near as fun as it was, and it is now. It's a lot better now, thankfully. And then also New Year's. Actually got to see some friends New Year's, which was really nice. Really nice to experience that. And then, like, about a week later, fucking Omicron decided to ruin all plans. So, hey, that... I guess it's like... we had a fun little repeat of 2021, I guess. Right, I think most of this is done. I think it's just, like, a lot of it is rust and stuff like that. So we need that nozzle, I believe, yeah. Oh, I need more metal cleaning fluid. What else? What else has there been going on? Oh yeah, like, in regards to the next couple of, or probably like the next stream or so. I don't know if I'm free next Saturday, because next Saturday is, oh, that's plastic, okay. Plastic polish, I've got to do in a second. I don't know when or if I'll be able to do stream next Saturday, because next Saturday is my actual 1 year anniversary. What I might do is it might be just vibing with some games with friends. Might be some Jackbox, maybe some Super Animal Royale. Most likely Super Animal Royale, because we like that game here. Funnily enough, is that plastic? Weird that that's plastic. Okay. Oh, I haven't done the wing mirror as well. Shit, there's a lot here. There's a lot more rusted than I thought. Yeah, so it might be like some Super Animal Royale, probably. I'm out of fucking thing again. Jesus. Might be some Super Animal Royale, might be some Jackbox, or all that kind of fun stuff. You know, the stuff that, you know, you do with the community. Because that's what y'all are. Yeah, so whether that's going to be going on Saturday or next Saturday, I don't know. If not, next Friday for certain, that's going to be reserved for that kind of stuff. Cool. Is that a fucking Z? I had to double check that emote, Panzereth, because I was like, is that fucking Xenos? It is fucking Xenos, of course it is. Do I not have any plastic fluid? Have I never bought any plastic fluid? Guess not. Wash you plastic. But yeah, like, I'll probably post it on Twitter / my Discord, what I'm going to do in regards to, the 1 year anniversary stream. But it will, it'll be good, I'm sure. The one thing I don't like about this game is just how much fucking, metal, okay. It's just when you get to this point of, like, rust, it's just like, okay, time to switch between every single fluid known to mankind. But this has been my, like... This has been my stream watching game of late. Like, this is just like, oh, Freya's live. Oh, someone else I know is live. Like, Rot is live or something like that. It's, this is what this has predominantly been. Yeah, it's metal. Yeah, clean the metal, thank you. Every fluid, eh? Every fluid known to mankind. But, yeah, that's what I plan on, doing for the 1 year anniversary stream. Just getting some friends in and getting some SAR or Jackbox or whatever in. I might even see if anyone is down to do some, Gunfire Reborn, because I haven't played that since 1.0 came out, and I played that for a little bit, and that was it. And we haven't played that on stream for months. I think that was like a mainstay for like the first couple months of the stream, and I just stopped playing it altogether. So we should get back to that. Door. No. There's a door. Window. What's the last window to do? Back window? Oh yeah, back window. Damn it! Oh, it's glass, okay. I think I've got glass. Yeah, I've got glass. Be clean, my child. There we go. But, yeah, I will, like I say, post something on Discord or Twitter, or both, about what we're going to do for that. But stay tuned. I'm definitely going to be streaming next Friday, even if I'm more ill than I am today, which is unlikely. Knock on wood. I would, but my mic's on here and I don't want to peek it. Right, we've done that. Let's just clean the fire truck now. I have obviously played this game quite a bit. Not too much. So there's obviously stuff in here that I haven't done, like, say, the fire truck. This whole fire station, including that little tower there, that I did. Is that Among Us cleaning car? Oh, you mean this fucking thing? I mean, to be fair, like, or you mean like my character? Was it? Oh, it was Among Us cleaning the car. I thought you meant the car. I was like, hang on, that doesn't look like that. That's a very big stretch if you think that's Among Us. If you think about the characters, like, yeah, I guess I know what you mean. So sure. But name it Sussy Backer cleaning or some shit like that. Both, I guess. Sure. The car is Among Us too. Why not? Like, sure. Amogus. Hiya. What else has been going on in my life? Oh yeah, Christmas. I mean, Christmas was... My Christmas was otherwise fine. Your standard kind of Christmas of... Oh, it's with family, and... It isn't family without... It isn't a family Christmas without, like, at least one of your members of family arguing with another member of family. So there was that, but... It's always funny when it's, like, I tend to agree with not my own immediate family, without going too much into, like, the reason why. Let's just say it was political, and let's just say that, yeah, let's just say my immediate family doesn't have the same political leanings that I do. And it was just kind of juicy, just being like, it's nice to know that someone in my family actually agrees with the stuff that I do. Warning light. Be clean, my child. Oh, you're rusty as well. Great. How do you get a fire engine so fucking dirty, honestly? I mean, that's probably, like, the plot of the entire game. It's just, how did this get so dirty? And then the entire job is to clean it, obviously. I was also tempted to play Lawn Mowing Simulator. That's another kind of these kind of weird, like, quote-unquote simulators that aren't really simulators. Fire engine caught on. Oh, we got COVID. Okay, got you. But I guess, yeah, that's... I was tempted to play Lawn Mowing Simulator because that's on Game Pass. And that's another one of those weird simulators that isn't really a simulator, but it's the best way to describe those kind of games. That's been alright, but it also seems to run a little bit... not too great on my computer, so I don't know how well it run with it being streamed as well. Fire engine, yes, fire engines are, funny enough, very popular most of the time. You tend to, if a fire engine's around, you're just like, oh shit, hell yeah, fire engine. It's like one of the only like services that like, well, that and ambulances. Fire engines don't tend to be cool. Ambulances tend to be cool when, you know, they're not being used for its purpose. It's like, ooh, ambulance, they save lives. Whereas fire engines, like, they save lives, but are also, like, a little bit cooler. I don't know where I'm going, to be honest. It's kind of what the stream's going to be. I'm going to blame it on me being ill. I don't know what I'm talking about. I mean, it's a weird that door itself isn't rusty, but that door is rusty. Weird. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a fire engine when I grew up. Everyone did, clearly. Like, you wanted to be big, red, and go wee woo wee woo, which, to be fair, kind of describes most furries. Yeah, it's like, I never actually, when I was a kid, I never actually desired to be, like, say, a police officer or a fire person. What the fuck are they called? Fire person, sure, we'll go with that. I never actually wanted to be one of those. I never really knew what I wanted to be as a kid. I mean, probably the most likely thing of what I wanted to be as a kid was probably like a Formula 1 driver, and that worked out. That worked out really. Firefighter, that's the one. Fireman. I wanted to be Fireman Sam. That's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be... Was Fireman Sam Welsh? I think Fireman Sam was the Welsh one. I always get confused with Postman Pat, which is a slightly different career path. I wanted to be big and go wee woo like most furries. Exactly. So there's a lot of furries out there that are red as well. I mean, my first one used to be red. And look how that turned out. To be fair, I do. A little bit of me misses my old persona, but the downside of my old persona is that it's kind of baked in, or kind of baked in the fact that that was my persona back when I used to identify as transgender, and I don't anymore. Then I blew myself. Indeed, that is what happened. That is exactly what happened. I blew myself. But yeah, like my old persona, I loved my old persona. Don't get me wrong, but at one point it just reached a point where I was clearly identifying as non-binary, and I didn't have any ref sheets for my persona. No, I think I did. I did get a ref sheet a ref sheet. I had to like put all of my 2 brain cells into thinking what the fuck a ref sheet was. I did have a ref sheet for my old persona, but it was like 10 years old or something like that, and was obviously back when I identified not as trans, which again worked out. And obviously for a while I had to say like, hey, here's the ref sheet, but they're actually trans, they're actually a woman, so please draw them as a woman. And then I'm just like, yeah, about that. First of all, now they're no longer a woman, but now they are non-binary. But again, still the only ref sheet that I have is of them identifying as a male. So do that, please. And I'm just like, yeah, this is too much work for them. To be fair, artists that when I gave them that as a guidance, most artists actually followed up with it and actually did a good job. But it was just like too much for me to keep on saying that for every artist I commissioned. So I just like, do you know what? I fancy just going with something new, and then Dolphin existed. Dolphin has been around for like almost 2 years at this point. I think we're about 1.5 years now in, and I will still say that I have no desire to change my persona. Obviously, for a little bit, I did have a Yinglet icon as my profile on Twitter, and I do have a Yinglet OC, but they are no more than an OC. I don't plan on replacing them as a main persona like some people have done. Which, to be fair, totally valid to identify as a Yinglet. They are little creatures, but I'm not going to get rid of Cerulean anytime soon, if ever. I love my child, and I am also still waiting on more art of Cerulean, and I'm super fucking excited. Like I always am with art. Like I'm one of those people whereby it's like I've never been disappointed with art that I've been either gifted or even commissioned. There's been a few pieces of art that I've just been like, yeah, these were not great, but I've always been like, this is still good. This is still much better than what I would have drawn. So I still appreciate it in that instance. But gifted art, I've always been like super appreciative of, because it's just like either the artist is like my persona enough to say I'm going to draw you for free, or someone has said like I love your persona enough that I'm going to pay to get them drawn, and I'm just like, yeah, hell yeah. And it's always nice whenever something is drawn, even if someone says, oh, I'm not a good artist. I'm just like, you're drawing something for free, like you are doing, I say do God's work. Over exaggeration, but you're doing something that I very much appreciate. So I don't care if you are like the worst artist in the world. If you're doing it for free and you're doing it out of the kindness of your own heart, I will appreciate it. So if you're an artist and you like drawing art and you're like, oh, I don't know if I'm doing a very good job, just start drawing free art, and then eventually you'll start getting good and start being more willing to take commissions, and then the world's your oyster after that point. Yeah, July 2020, so about 1.5 years that I've had Dolph for. And I think I've actually got more art of Cerulean at this point than I have ever had of my dragon. And that, I technically had that persona since 2011, but really only I kind of stopped using it after 2011, mainly because MLP existed. Can I jump up? Oh, hell yeah! I didn't even think that would work. MLP happened, so obviously I was predominantly using a pony as my OC. And then, right after I kind of stopped being interested in that show, then I moved on to Dragon. And then after that, I moved on to Dolphin. And the rest is history. Well, the rest is the future, technically. I'm finally getting a proper ref of my Kitty Sona. Hell yeah, I do. Your Kitty Sona is fucking great. I love your Sona. To be fair, everyone here has a great Sona. I will definitely agree. You can get a partial. Oh, I would love to get a Persona. I'd love to get a Persona. God, that'd be great. I'd love to get a fursuit, but they are just such a big investment. Same deal with me wanting to go to conventions. I'd love to go to a convention at some point. But, again, it's a big investment. I know Confuzzled is, I think it's still taking, registration, but I don't know if I want to bother with the whole, lottery situation. But it's the best thing that they can do right now, because it's either they do a lottery and some people just can't get in, or they don't do a lottery and you're basically SOL if you are a little bit too late to register. So they're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't situation with Confuzzled. And obviously FC got cancelled, unfortunately, but for a good reason, to be fair. Like, I only heard about the cancellation quite recently, and yeah, like, it was totally fair enough. It was gonna happen, I feel like, but still a shame for all those that were going to go. I know Meadow and Katie and Callie were all going to go to FC, but now they're not. But thankfully, Meadow is still going to the US. So yeah, good for her. Good for her that she's going to the US, and obviously, Katie and Callie are... Well, Callie lives in America, and Katie is still in America, so it's not a big loss on their end, but still a shame. Yeah, like, I'm surprised you still haven't got any art of us together, Eris, considering how much you go on about it, but obviously I'm more than happy for you to do so. Like, that's the same case for everyone here. Like, if you want to get art of me... If you want to get art with your personas and my persona, go right fucking ahead. I trust all of you in chat enough that you're not gonna draw me in, like, an awful situation that I wouldn't enjoy or anything like that. Or, a kink that I personally don't enjoy, but if you do, fair enough. But with Eris, yeah, like, I know the kind of stuff you want to get, and yeah, you can get that with Cerulean. I'm not gonna stop you at all. Yeah, that's the other thing as well, was that the only reason I'd want to go is to go and see friends. Right, we need metal. We need a lot of metal polish. I hope we have metal polish in stock. Yeah, there we go. Would you happen to have an official ref sheet of Saru then, in case the mood ever strikes? There is currently it on my Twitter, mainly because someone I follow... What am I doing? Someone I follow is basically saying, hey, I have a new drawing tablet. Anyone want some art of their persona? I was just like, hell yeah. I will pop my ref sheet there. But yeah, if you check on my Twitter media stuff, it should have my... It should have it there. And yeah, like I said, like, Confuzzled I'd want to go to only really to see friends. I wouldn't want to go just for the convention itself. Same with, like, the main thing was, obviously with the PonyCons as well. I only really went to those with friends to see friends. Or only ever go there for the purpose of seeing friends. So, I never fancy going to conventions just for the convention itself. It's the same reason why MCM hasn't really been that enticing for a while. I did want to go to MCM... oh, that's a lot of things that popped up. I did want to go to MCM this year because I know a friend of mine was wanting to go and had they had a ticket spare, but I couldn't go because of work, unfortunately. So Eris took that up. And as far as I'm aware, she had a good time. Or it had a good time, sorry. But it's also why, like, I don't fancy really going to stuff in, like, say, TwitchCon or something like that if they did another one here. Unless I knew people were going that I know. It'd be nice if there was a TwitchCon going on here, but as far as I'm aware, they don't actually really do them in the UK. Probably because getting a convention done in the UK is really fucking expensive. But the one that I used to go to quite frequently, well, I say quite frequently, I went to 3 of them, was Buck, which was an MLP convention that started back in 2012 and had that last one in 2016. They kind of stopped just because of the fact that trying to get a convention sorted in the UK is unbelievably expensive. Like, way more expensive than it is in America, just because of the price of renting a place like that, especially a big place like that. Which is a shame, because, having more conventions here would be good. But that obviously requires places being cheap to get, which isn't necessarily true. Hell, even for, like, casual meetups, like, most places are not cheap. Yeah, like, I only went to MCM twice, I believe. Yeah, twice. And the primary reason I went to them is because the ex that I was with at the time wanted to go themselves. I was like, yeah, I'll go for you, why not? And, that did help the experience, definitely. It made it a much better experience than it would have otherwise been. But yeah, if I ever have the chance to go to a convention, it'd only be the ones that I know that a lot of my friends are also going to, rather than one that I would only be going to. Which again is the same reason why I didn't really fancy going to Confuzzled this year, just because of the fact that there'd probably be some people who legitimately couldn't go because of the way the lottery system is worked out. Let's grab this. Not that button. Pressing every key aside from the one I want. The games may change, but my ability to play said games doesn't. I'll need a lot more metal cleaner than I thought. But anyway, like, going back to another previous topic, yeah, like, I have definitely posted my ref sheet quite recently. If you do want to get some art, it's right there, and I'm saying you're more than welcome to get some art done of us together, as long as it's, you know, the obviously not bad stuff. Or the obviously bad stuff, I should say. Yeah, just don't get it if you want to get something like that, because I would say no. But I trust that most of you, if you do want to get something done, it's going to be stuff that I definitely appreciate. Nothing illegal. Let's go with that. Nothing illegal and very gross. But again, I trust that y'all would be going ahead with that. What have we got to do left? Doors. There's a door that's not been done yet. Oh yeah. Just staring at a bit of dirt that's been done. No art of you stealing TVs. That is absolutely fine. I am absolutely fine with that. I'm not going to be against that kind of shit because, yeah, why not? That's emergency lights. What the fuck's a fog light? I'm obviously being facetious here, but I'm trying to figure out where the fuck it. There it is. Where's the dirt on it? Is it on the? Oh, it is on the side. I'm guessing it's on both sides. Oh god. Step ladder, come back. Well, it's not step ladder, it's a step. just a step. That's one done. Are they both done? Yes, they are both done. Windscreen wipers. Neither of them are done? Oh, yeah. Handles. Is that also not done? It is now. That's another thing about this game that I like, is just like, I'm sure I've done this. Oh, I haven't. There's this tiny little bit of dirt. That handle's done. There's one more handle that hasn't been done, and I can't for the life of me find it. Assassin's Creed Dirt Vision is a very good touch. That is probably like the best feature of the game, because otherwise it would be like hell to play the game. I know that Lawn Mowing Simulator has the exact same thing. I think the hose is at the back. I could have sworn I did that. Guess not. There we go, now it's done. Oh, there it is, right top. There we go. Yeah, it is a nice feature, just being able to just ping and just say, here's where the dirt is. It's like, cool. I like this little bit as well, whereby it just gives you like a small little animation. Oh god, yeah, it does look like a bit like Among Us. Okay, fine, I'll give you that pound's worth. It does look a little sus. I did want to do co-op as well, but I don't know anyone else who plays this game. There's probably a bunch of people who play this game, but yeah. Let's do this as well. We're just doing a lot of vehicles today. We'll do like a big one as well at some point. From here, it looked really weird. Like it looked like it was very, very narrow. When I played this, it didn't have a thing of the person. Yeah, like I think they had that quite recently, whereby with the little GIF, they actually added in the your character. Whereas before it was just the dirt magically cleaning itself. Whereas now they actually added in person. And they actually added in if you go to the shop, they actually added in extra clothing and stuff like that, so you can get like extra gloves or extra outfits and stuff like that. Thankfully, only uses your in-game money. Like, there's no microtransactions in this game, which, considering it's an early access game, would have been shit. I shall name them Soggy Boy. Yeah. That's the canon name for this character. I will now decree that the character we're playing is Soggy Boy. Yeah, I didn't actually know you played this Eris, but that's another option. That's another option, is to play this co-op. Because co-op was added semi-recently as well, because I know Sushifer, I know that he was playing it with Nick Opossum a little bit ago. It was quite recent. It was a quite recent stream, to be fair. So that's another option of something to do. Is just wash everything. I was a bit further than you are now. Okay, well, at least that's good to know that there's a good chunk more content than like experience. So I was a little bit worried playing this game, being like, I played it for a little bit. Am I going to run out of content during the stream? Nice to know that that's not going to be the case. But yeah, this is like a nice little chill game. Oh, I didn't realise there's I didn't realise you could put that they was able to put writing on the tires. Interesting. But yeah, if this stays as a mainstay for the streams, then yeah, considering the Valheim's kind of stopped, unfortunately. Not really through any of Freya and I's choices. It's mainly just due to the fact that work happened again. Because I think we started it like right during when like lockdown was still going on, but unfortunately then lockdown stopped, and then Freya and I had to go back to work, unfortunately, which meant that Valheim streams were they kind of had to stop, unfortunately. But it's a shame, really, because Valheim is like one of the games of the year for me. Definitely one of the games of the year for me last year, just because of the sheer fact that we made so many good memories from those Valheim streams. And even though the first experience that I had, it wasn't terribly great, mainly because I was playing it by myself, and not a good experience by yourself. It's playable, don't get me wrong. It's absolutely a playable game by yourself if you're one of those people that doesn't fancy playing games with people. But yeah, like with people, Valheim was just an incredible experience and definitely one of the best of the year. Bit of a shame we never actually won any actual awards, but Game Awards are a scam anyway. Is there more of this windscreen that I haven't done yet, or is it the sides? It is the sides, I knew it was. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in Valheim already, Air. Like, when Eris, Freya and I were playing it, there was like a lot of content like already in the game. Hang on. Oh, I thought for a second you could put the ladder on the step. I was like, hang on, that seems a bit dangerous. But yeah, like when we were playing, like there was a lot of content in the game, even when we were playing, and that was almost a year ago at this point. So I definitely say that if you can get it, I definitely say it's worth the price it is right now. I can't remember how much it is, but I would say whatever it's worth at the minute, it's worth that much. Especially if you can get some friends to play alongside you. If time becomes kind to both myself and Freya, because I know Eris time is the one thing that it does have plenty of. I hope that's not no offense meant in that instance, but if it does end up being kind for both of us, then I definitely want to try Valheim again, because God, those were some good streams. Those were a lot of good memories of Valheim there. I definitely want to get back to doing more of it. But I also definitely want to give the game a proper try once it enters 1.0. Like, once it enters 1.0, I feel like that's going to be, like, a really big event, because the game is, like, it's obviously nowhere near the powerhouse that it was last year, because obviously back then it was the new Twitch hotness, and everyone on Twitch was playing it, give or take. Whereas now it's kind of more like, this game's cool, but it's not the one that everyone on Twitch is playing. Which, to be fair, kind of makes the game a little bit better, because it means that you're not pressured to stream the game, because it's like, oh, everyone's streaming this game, you're going to be left out if you're not streaming it, despite the fact that if you don't stream it, you're going to be left out anyway, because, unfortunately, that's the way Twitch works. Although, unless you're one of the top 1% of streamers, or you're really lucky, or both, you're not going to get massively popular. Which, to be fair, I never do these streams to get popular. I do these streams to have fun, and play games, and talk shit, which, to be fair, I'm very good at talking shit. As in, like, you know, talking about anything and everything, and going on and on and on about it, rather than, you know, being toxic, because that's not me. That is not me. I'm not one for tending to be toxic. The only toxic I like is Britney Spears. The hard mode version of PowerWash Simulator should make it so that if you clean the bottom before the top, then doing the bottom makes the dirt. But yeah, that'd be good as a hard mode. I know that there's one mode in the game whereby it's like water limited, because obviously in this mode you can spray to your heart's content and not have to worry about running out of water or time. But I know in like the challenge mode, it's like, oh, you have a limited amount of water, so you have to like really manage how much water you use, or you got to do it in like a set amount of time. And I like those as an idea. That's not the kind of game that I would want to play personally. This is more kind of a chill kind of game, just like, hey, let's just watch some shit. Watch some shit and watch some shit, which is a fucking tongue twister for someone like me. Wash and watch, two words that I just can't do. But that'd be nice as like a little realism mode. Like if they have that as an option in the game, like a realism mode whereby you've got to actually, you know, start at the top and then go down rather than the other way around. As opposed to here, whereby it's like once it's clean, it's clean. Which is good as a chill mode, or chill game. Like I said, I was going to play Forza today, but like I said, haven't touched my Xbox in a very long time. Smile. I think the last time I touched it was... I know it's obviously... I'm saying this in a totally like, jokey way, but last time I played it was last year. Which, to be fair, is not as jokey, considering that was a week ago. More than a week ago, actually. But I haven't touched it in a while, so... I'll be honest, like... it's hard for me to say that I've gotten bored of Forza already, but I think it's just more the case that it was like the only game I played for like the entirety of November. So I think I've just kind of gotten a little bit burnt out of it. But maybe go back into it at some point in the stream would be good. Because Forza's always been good as a stream game. But yeah, don't want to make it like my only game. I feel that's kind of where I'm at Endwalker. That is basically me as well right now. I basically, as soon as Endwalker came out, it was literally the only game I played. Like, every other game on my Steam library was just gone out the window. I didn't touch my Xbox at all because I was like, if I wanted to play a game, it had to be Endwalker. Granted, it's only due to the fact that I wanted to get the story done. I wasn't too fussed about, you know, getting shit like the raids done yet. I didn't want to get, like, the extreme trials done or anything like that. I just wanted to get through the story. And I did that. I got it done on Christmas Eve. That's how I know when I did that. And God, was that an experience? God. I don't know how many people on in the chat right now have actually beaten Endwalker and are actually interested in experiencing Endwalker, but if you haven't experienced Endwalker, yeah. Probably, I will definitely say it is on par at the very least with Shadowbringers. Like, it was a phenomenal experience, and I don't know if it's better or worse than Shadowbringers. I'd say Endwalker had, like, the best ending, without a doubt, because obviously it was, like, the last part of the saga that started back in, like, 2013 or something like that. And definitely had, like, some of the best dungeons as well. And that first trial, as fucking hard as it was for the first time, God, it was so fun. It was such a fun fight. And God, like, the entirety of the last quest, God, it was so good. I cried a lot. I cried so much. And we were introduced to Best Boy. Indeed, that is the best. That was the best part about Endwalker, was the fact that even though we didn't get to see him much in the actual trailer, I'm glad we got to experience more of Graha in Endwalker, and also got to experience some more good boys like Era's lad, Erinville as well, who is very, very good lad. Very good lad. 17 out of 10. Good boy. Verified good lad. He was very handsome, and then his voice. In today's stream, Air is gay for Erinville. More than 11. In fairness, like, you know, totally valid, says the one that is, like, obsessed with Grahatia. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't be obsessed with Grahatia, to be fair? If you're not obsessed with Grahatia, you either don't care about the guy, which is valid, or you haven't played Shadowbringers at the very least. That's exactly the reaction Shen had to him. Yeah. Everyone loves Erinville. Erinville, good lad. Very good lad. We here at CollaredDolphin, twitch.tv/CollaredDolphin or CollaredDolphin.live, we here stand the Bunui. The Bunui boy, I should say, because Eris we also stand, but Eris is not a boy, so. Eris we stand. Not Bunui boy, not Bunui girl, just Bunui. What is in your pants? Bunui. That's my gender. I also still feel like really jealous whenever I see the Pride B emotes. I'm just like, I want them. To be fair, it's not as much as I want the fucking dolphin emotes. Like the fucking dolphin emotes that are actually on Twitch. I'm just like, where are mine? Twitch, Jeff. I know that you're not really involved with Amazon anymore, but where the fuck are my dolphin emotes, Jeff? Where the fuck are my dolphin emotes? Yeah, like, Panzer's got it. To be fair, I think they're only available on, like... Are they Hype Train emotes? I think they are Hype Train emotes. Where the fuck's mine? I'm not saying get me into a Hype Train. That's not what I'm on about. I more mean, like, I want just the emotes. I don't want anything else. I just want the emotes. We're out of metal cleaner. That's not good, considering most of the shit we got to clean is metal. We gotta be frugal. We gotta be frugal here. No spray and pray. Just pray. Yeah. Where the fuck are the emotes, Jeff Twitch? Oh, that's proper snort there. That's another thing that I've noticed recently, is that I've been, like, snorting whenever I laugh recently. And I don't know why. I don't know where it's come about. Maybe I've just maybe it's because I'm constantly ill. That's probably what it is. Oh, I didn't realise there was an exhaust down here. I don't understand it's a silly fucking question a silly fucking thing to say. But obviously RVs have exhausts. They are cars. Well, they're vehicles. But it's just like, I didn't see it. I didn't notice it, so... This proper snort. I don't know why I've been doing that lately. I don't know where the snorts have been coming from, but they're here. They're here and they're not going away. Can it reach from there? Yes, it can. Okay. I was a little bit worried. I think we're going to run out of fluid by the time that we're done with this. If that's the case, we might have to come back to this later. Because it's not the fact we can't afford the fluid. There's literally no more fluid in the store. We have bought all of it. That's the only way to defeat capitalism, is just to buy all the fluid. Oh shit, we got the top to do as well. Okay, well, hopefully if we do this enough, we should, that should reload the store. I would hope, anyway. So that we can actually, you know, complete this car. Otherwise, I'd just be like, yeah, sorry, like, you know, I'd love to do a car, but... Oh, that's plastic. Dolphin didn't activate. Right. Let's fix that, because, I think at this point it's now finally stopped, just because it's just been so unreliable. Where the fuck is... the thing? There's the thing! There it is, there's the thing. Please open, for the love of God. Thank you. Are you actually going to work, is the question. Yeah. There we go. Stream Deck worked! Stream Deck worked, there we go. What an absolute revelation that a fucking... fucking system actually worked. Incredible. What a revelation. A service actually worked. There was someone at work who actually was saying that when the when we finally actually get around to getting our little bonus vouchers we were getting for Christmas, he might get a an actual Stream Deck, which he said he's not actually going to do for he's not going to use for streaming per se. He's only going to use it for I think he said he's going to use it for like sound pad stuff. Which, to be fair, also valid. Also valid reason. But for me, it's just like they're ridiculously expensive now because they don't really make them. Or no, they probably do make them still. It's probably just the fact that everyone's been buying them because streaming has been so popular nowadays. Keyboard macros as well. I see that being another good use case. I'm surprised at how expensive they are, considering, okay, so we're out of metal cleaner, so we've got to go ahead and, get the rest of this done. But it would also be nice to have it, just because I feel like it would hopefully be a lot more reliable than using the app, because the app is, actually probably experienced in some streams, sometimes it loves to just not connect at all. And yet other days it works absolutely fine, like now. I've been looking for a mouse for... Yeah, I do remember you saying that you were looking for like a mouse that was both ergonomic and had a lot of buttons on it. Which apparently doesn't exist, despite the fact that I feel like that it's not a... that's not necessarily like a unique use case for Kim. Maybe it is. Maybe it is for all I know. Because obviously, I imagine that with your new job, Kim, that having something ergonomic might. But to be fair, you need something ergonomic for your current / previous job. I don't know what the situation is on that one. Current job. Obviously, still needs something a bit more ergonomic to save that RSI from happening. But I would have thought that a lot more people would be after something that would be both ergonomic and useful. But maybe not. But then again, it's not necessarily a topic that I really need, because thankfully I haven't had to worry too much about RSI or anything like that. despite the fact that my job basically consists of me using my hands a lot. Don't think of anything else about that. It's retail, folks. Not that kind of retail. Thankfully, I haven't had that many issues with my mouse, because I've got a G something or other. One of the G mice on my one, and it's been fine. There's been some issues whereby it would just very frequently just not scroll, or the scroll will be all finicky in that, and then it would fix itself after a restart, and I don't know why. Because I did have a Razer mouse before, because naturally, being a PC gamer for the first time, Razer was appealing. And then I just stopped using... Then I just moved over to Logitech, and it's just been so much better. I don't want to say Razer's a scam, because, you know, they do good stuff, but you can get much better stuff for either the same price or cheaper than Razer. The Razer Blade laptops are good though, from what I've heard. Like Razer make very good laptops apparently. That's another smile there. Goodbye. Good. R.I.P. smile gone before it was experienced. When our computer mouse going to evolve to computer rats, I don't know, but if we do end up having computer rats, I want to hope we can grip them like you can in Head-On. To anyone who's seen Freya's stream, you'll know. And if you don't know, go and watch the VOD, because it's or no, at the very least, go and watch the clip that she uploaded on Twitter that I retweeted. It's just gripping. Both the sheer grip that the character puts on the rats, and the rats seem to be absolutely fine with it. And also the fact that you can just infinitely spawn them. Good friends. Right, I think we've done everything that we can, because everything else on here is rust, and we're both out of fluid, and we literally cannot buy any more. So we're gonna have to move on. We're gonna have to move on. We're gonna have to do the treehouse. That's fine. This is probably gonna be like the main thing we do today, because this is a $1,000 project, so it's probably going to take us a good while to do. This is probably like the... Hello? Is that a camera? Food tour film. Oh, I was wondering, like, can I pick up the camera? It's like, no, you can pick up the thing. Treehouse is fucking massive. A bit like jungle. Ball. I'm disappointed you can't really kick the ball, but you can push it. Can it not escape? Can it not escape? Is it really trapped in this little tiny area here? Wow, really? It really can't escape. Forever destined to be stuck in this one little area. Jesus. There is no escape. Free him! Free the boy lad. The ball lad. There we go. Free him. It literally can't escape. Wow, okay. Literally in perpetual prison. Oh, we got 2 of the things. No stepladder. Interesting. Can we have a wander around? Not really. What was the sign there say? I don't know. I'm trying to like see, but I don't know if this game has any zoom ins. And we can't use the camera. We cannot use the camera. What a shame. It looks terrible. Not in like a texture way, because obviously, like, you know, texture's going to do so much. It's more in a kind of, this looks like a £5 Wish camera. The sign's about Mary's missing cat. Ah. So we've got a ball that's trapped and a cat that's missing. This is clearly the most cursed. This is clearly the most like cursed timeline. Yeah, next to the one we're currently living in. Cameras for hunting Bigfoot. Ah, does that mean we're going to see a friend? We'll find a friend. Hopefully both the cat and Bigfoot. We cleared it. We cleaned the sign. Good job, everyone. PowerWash the mayor's pissing cat. It ran away because it was too stinky. Maybe this is the friend's house. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe Hunter Load is actually an alias, and he's actually Bigfoot. Warning! Private property. Oh shit. We trespassing, everyone. I wouldn't necessarily classify this as trespassing. We're doing a job. What is trespassing? But to be fair, like, it reminds me of that image that went around on Twitter for a little bit, whereby it was just a bunch of people who were pouring concrete onto those spikes that prevent homeless people from sleeping on them. And it was really cool because I think someone said, like, if you could just buy like a fluorescent jacket and like buy a clipboard or something, and no one will even slightly question what you're doing, regardless of what it is, because they'll just be like, oh, they're in fluorescent jacket, they're doing some work, let's not bother them. And I like that, especially considering that what they were doing was, you know, a good work, because, you know, the one way to solve homelessness isn't to prevent homeless people from sleeping. It's to actually provide places for homeless people to sleep. Which, unfortunately, it seems like most governments are willing to do neither. They are both preventing homeless people from sleeping in other places and unwilling to give them a place to actually live. So, yeah. Unfortunately, it's a necessity. It's part of the game's story. Yeah, that's another weird thing about this game, is that it's not like lore filled. It's not like fucking... It's not like Dark Souls. The Dark Souls power washing games. It's not like that kind of level of lore, but far more lore than what you'd expect for a game like this. A bit like how Splatoon has like really deep, intricate lore, and really the end of the day, the game is just you shoot ink on floor, smile. I like games that have unnecessarily deep plot, considering that the game itself is not that deep. Well, as long as the plot is done well, I don't want unnecessarily like overly done plot when the plot is bad. I want me a good unnecessary plot, not a bad unnecessary plot. Thank you very much. Also, God, it feels weird doing like playgrounds and stuff like that, because it's just like makes me feel a little bit nostalgic, to be honest, because it's just like, I remember like playing this when I was young. And I was just like, God, miss being a kid in some instances. That reminds me of one time when, like, I think it was quite recently, whereby there was a kid who, I think this was on Tuesday, because this was like, I think it's like the day that kids were back at school or something like that, and I think for some reason some of the schools in my area weren't open on Tuesday for some reason. And I think a kid was saying like, oh, I hate school, it's the worst, and literally the parent was just saying like, wait, and basically the kid was like, I want to be an adult, I want to do what I want, and the parent was just like, you could clearly tell that they... You could tell that they were like a proper adult, because it's just like, you don't want to be an adult. You got stuff like taxes, and you got to worry about like having enough money for food and all that kind of stuff. And it's just like that entire moment, the ball is sinking. It wants to escape. It really wants to escape. Anyway, yeah, like that little moment just made me go like, God, yeah, like I do fucking wish to be a kid again. Just not having to worry, but the one thing I had to worry about was fucking school and homework, rather than, you know, having enough money to eat for the month, or you know, work in that kind of shit. Kid's gonna have a midlife crisis. Midlife crisis age 9. To be fair, ain't we all having a midlife crisis right now? I'm just calling it a crisis. To be fair, like, I didn't really clock on, like, my age that badly until, like, when I was working in Chippenham. I know I really shouldn't say where, but at this point everyone knows. But, I didn't really clock, like, my age until, like, when I was working in the other store. And basically there was one person there who... I tried to ask him, like, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking? And he said that he was born in 2004, and I legitimately felt that to my core of just, like, I felt that. Considering that there's, like, so you're 17, right? Yeah. You're almost a decade, because I think he was, like, born in, like, July. And I said, like, you're pretty much a decade younger than I am, and I just felt... It was like being stabbed. I didn't like that. I did not like that. The guy was a nice chap, don't get me wrong. The guy was a nice chap. I just didn't like the idea of being reminded that I am, in fact, old. Old. Where I work, it's considered old. I understand that, obviously, compared to probably quite a few of you in chat right now, I am not old. I understand that. I fully respect that. But you gotta remember for some of you who don't know where I work at some place whereby, like, most of the staff is in, like, their late teens to early 20s. There's only a very small amount of people who I work with that are, in fact, older than I am. So, you know, a little bit of a culture shock to eventually find someone who I know inevitably was going to happen, but it was still bad to know, like, oh, you're 10 years younger than me. Oh god. My childhood kind of sucked. Yeah, I mean, I say I miss being a kid, but then I remember that a lot of the issues that I have in my brain right now seem to stem from my childhood. Yeah, like, I wouldn't mind starting again, but I wouldn't want to go back to what it was like, because what it was like, unfortunately, shaped me as I am right now, and not a good experience. Not a good experience in the slightest. But, hey, could have been worse. I could have said I want to go back to college, and the first 2 years of my college were probably some of the worst of my life, without going too deep into it. Let's just say that it wasn't a good experience that I had when I were young. Even though, like, mental health has been, like, shit, I still feel like the environment that I'm in right now is obviously a lot better, because I actually have friends who actually want to hang out with me and actually want to be associated with me, rather than back then where it was just like barely anyone actually wanted to know me. School New Game Plus. Oh god. Do all the quest lines again. It's fine. I could just say, like, hey kids, you wanna hop on the 2 weeks? You wanna hop on the fortnights? And kids will be like, okay, boomer, or something like that. That'd be me as a teacher. I'd just be like the most obnoxious fucking teacher who's like trying to be down with the kids. And all the kids are just like, okay, boomer, despite the fact you're in, like, your late 20s. I'd be the worst teacher. But also simultaneously the best teacher. I'd be the kind of teacher that just be like, fuck it, no homework. Homework is for chumps. Hey kids, don't do homework. That's a fun thing as well. When I was at school, I was like really bad when it came to doing homework because the last thing I wanted to do was to have more school. Considering that the one thing that I didn't want to do was more school. I might turn stuff down a little bit because I'm getting like a decent amount of frame rate issues, so I might turn down medium. That seems better. Okay. I think it's just like, I don't know if it's coming through on the stream, but I was getting like really low frame rates. It's still there, but whatever. I did everything the night before it was due. That was also me at like, basically for the entirety of college and uni. It was basically me just like, I will do all the work, and then it's like, I think like when I was starting uni, I was just like, I'm gonna make sure I do all of my work early, and then the same thing happened whereby if I did all my work like on the last day or something like that. I'm glad I'm out of that period whereby it's like, you must do work outside of school. I'm just like, no. That basically was me. I didn't want to do more work. I wanted to use my spare time for other cool things like video games and yeah. Hey, the other thing about uni as well that I remember was that it was like, that's technically where I started when I started streaming, was when I was in uni. I technically could have started streaming like way earlier than I did, because the only time that I really streamed before 2021 was 2016, when I was mostly doing Overwatch stuff, because that was back when I actually played Overwatch. And, you know, enjoyed it. God, imagine those were the days. I enjoyed Overwatch. And, yeah, that was like, it was a nice experience to have. It was a nice little beginning of my streaming career that very few people probably remember. Like, I think probably most people here either vaguely remember the streams from, like, back in the day, or don't remember them at all. And if you thought like these streams were like low end, God, you can imagine what those streams were like. They were ghetto streams. I thought for a second I had to clean the trees as well, and I was just like, hang on. Let's do the bottom first. Don't. Imagine enjoying things, yeah. Filthy tree. Tree stinky. I might have to, let's bump this down to low, actually. Can I understand there's an options on there, but low. Is that better? That's not actually that better. Okay, fine. I guess the game will be a little bit. It doesn't actually look like it's actually brought stuff down a little bit. You can enjoy things, just not Overwatch. That's very true. That is very true. As long as it's not done by Blizzard and or Activision, and to a point Ubisoft, you can enjoy it. It's fine. In fair, although to be fair, like with Square Enix being like super hyping up NFTs. That's making everyone very worried about Final Fantasy XIV. Just being like, oh god, are they going to add NFTs to Final Fantasy XIV? Like, imagine if they did that. Just the absolute mass exodus that would happen. Considering there was already a mass exodus that happened with fucking World of Warcraft. Like, where would people jump to? I don't know, fucking WorldStar, even though that game doesn't exist anymore. Yoshi P would have a fit if the CEO tried that. The thing is that I'm pretty sure, hi Jake, for one, but also like I'm pretty sure I remember like even like the Japanese players or the Japanese community, even they said that fuck NFTs, which, you know, is like comforting to know that basically it's an international thing, that people think that NFTs are fucking stupid. Oh yeah, it was, tell a lie. It wasn't just the Japanese community. It was Square Enix employees who were just like, what the fuck? Why? That's pretty much what it was. Why have I got 2 errors? Skip frames. Okay, cool, whatever. That's probably the game. That's probably the game. Okay. But yeah, it was like just sheer confusion of like, why are you thinking about NFTs? NFTs are just a scam. So it's nice to know that basically like everyone agrees that fuck NFTs. Unfortunately, the ones that don't think fuck NFTs are the big companies. I think the only big company that's really said, has technically said the closest thing to no on NFTs is Steam. Well, technically Valve, but Steam predominantly. That and Sega, but they've mostly just said that we won't do NFTs if people think that it's going to be like a money laundering scheme and a scam, and basically everyone's saying like, yeah, that's what it is. That is entirely what it is. So hopefully Sega won't be doing NFTs. Because the last thing I fucking want is a Sonic NFT, and I'd be like, God, like, if you did this as like actual art, I would probably be tempted to buy it. But I am not dealing with NFT bullshit, especially considering that is basically the entire reason why Kazakhstan is having the sheer amount of rights they're having right now is entirely due to the fact that NFT bullshit and blockchain bullshit and basically cryptocurrency bullshit. If you can't tell by the way I'm talking about it, fuck NFTs, fuck cryptocurrencies, and fuck all that kind of bullshit. And if you engage in it, like actively engage in it, sols, you're not allowed here. NFC stands for Sonic Fast the Hedgehog. God, I hope not. Sega, I implore you. Well, first of all, actually make me stop pressing like every button aside from the one I want. But also, please don't do NFTs. I say that as if a big company will listen to me. Why would they? Have these all got to be done individually? Oh, god damn it. I thought it was all one big thing, but I guess it makes sense considering that the joist, that's the word for them? Okay. Considering that they've got to be done separately, it makes sense that, you know, each of these panels is done individually too. Here we go. Just the silent gameplay. Min-maxing my cleaning. Where the fuck is this last bit? There's like a tiny little bit that isn't done. Is it this bit here? No. There must be like one big bit that I'm missing or something. I'll come back to it. It's always irritating seeing like the tiniest little percent to do, and it's just like, where is it? Like, where actually is it? I must be being like blind as a not bat. Okay, there we go. There was a tiny little bit there. Tiniest little speck. Well, there's a big bit here. So that's probably going to get done with that. No? Okay. Okay, game. Very cool. Well, the tree is a little... I would say the tree's a little bit dirty. It's not. The side of it's a little bit dirty. Okay, that's done. Let's do the signs. Oh yeah, wasn't it like, it was also like a couple months ago. I don't think I talked much about the new Sonic game, but I'm actually really excited for that, just because it actually looks like it will hopefully be a really, I say really good Sonic game. It's the most excited I've been for a 3D Sonic game in a while, just because it all seems like it's going to be adding up to actually be a decent experience, rather than before where it was like, oh, this is like going to be a cool game, but like there'd always be like a separate like asterisk to it, just like, oh, it might be fun, but it's going to have this bullshit, or it's going to have this bullshit, or whatever. I want to hope it'll be good. It might be a game I stream. But then again, I've also still got to get around to actually finishing Sonic Colors. And we did that as a stream back when that came out, and haven't touched the game since. I did actually get it on Switch quite recently, last year. Mainly because I was just like, I kind of want to give it a try, and it was a bit more affordable than I thought. I was like, I'll give it a bash. Why not? Just to see how bad it is, and it's actually not as bad as people say it is. Like, I remember all the fucking controversy that was going on. Basically, everyone saying like, oh, this game is like the worst on Switch. It's like unplayable, and it's like, I played it, and it's like, it's not that bad. Don't get me wrong. It is a bit silly that in some instances it runs worse than than the Wii version. Looks worse? Debatable. Runs worse? In some instances, yeah. But it wasn't anywhere near as bad as I thought. Nowhere near as bad as I thought. But I think I also, but then I also think I got WarioWare with that as well, and WarioWare is better. New WarioWare is very good game. Not a game that I would probably plan on streaming, just because I don't feel like there's enough content for me to justify an entire stream dedicated to it. And I've kind of realised early on with my streams is that I much prefer just focusing on one game per stream and doing that for a bit, rather than just doing multiple games a stream. I just feel like that's not for me. I feel like I'd much rather do one game per stream, rather than trying to do like maximum variety streamer. I think I'd much rather just do one game. Bit like this one. To be fair, it's I'm liking this so far. It's been chill, but I can already feel that my computer is just like, please, this is too much work. But it's managing. But like I say, it's like my two mainstays are either one, I didn't really fancy playing a competitive game, and I also didn't fancy really playing anything what's the word? I had a feeling that Forza was going to have a massive update, and my Xbox was going to have a massive update too, so I just didn't bother with either of them, which is why we're playing this. Despite the fact that my computer is just like, no. Oh shit, I get to clean the barbecue as well. Hell yeah. Clean the barbie. This game is too power washful. I gotta power wash the computer in order to make it run this game. To be fair, the game runs fine on my computer anyway. It's just it's probably my computer just being like, it's handling too much when it comes to like streaming as well as a game that runs okay as opposed to runs well. It would be good. I would love to upgrade my computer at some point, but thanks NFC Bros, well, Crypto Bros, I should say, for making the graphics card market still a fucking hellhole. Like, I would love to get a... Because I know that my local store has a... I think it's a 1070 Ti, which would be a massive upgrade on my current one. Unfortunately, it's £1,000. So, you know... I don't think it's that much, but I still think it's, like, far, far beyond my budget. It'd be great if it was, like, you know... If it was, like, £500, I might be like... Yeah, do you know what? I might consider that. But for that much money, it's like, no, I'm fine with what I've got currently. To be like, yeah, like, I can manage with what I've got. Yeah, that's it. It's like the graphics card market is better than it was, but it's still bad. And again, it's just like having those weird experiences whereby it's like, oh. Here's like a 970 for £100. That's not that bad. It's like, it really shouldn't... Actually, no, tell a lie. I think a 970 is about 300 or 200. I think it's like, oh, it's not that bad. Where it's like, no, this graphics card is like more than 5 years old at this point. It ideally should be about £100. Thanks, Crypto Bros. Thanks a lot. I mean, it's even more irritating than when we had that like issue with hard drives, I think. Or no, it was SSDs, I think. One of the two. Whereby it was like... Or was it RAM? I can't remember. But it was like one computer part, like a few years ago, was like so fucking scarce that like it shot the prices up for everything. Even the really cheap stuff. And it was just like impossible to even consider doing upgrades. It was shit. It was terrible. But I can't remember if it was hard drives or if it was RAM. Or if it was both. PC gaming's great, but it is also like... It is also terrible in some instances, but that's primarily nothing to do with PC gaming in general. Just the fact that, unfortunately, those who are interested in PC parts are not usually people who play PC games. Which sucks. We've got a little bit of this to do. Oh, is that probably that bit down there? Other bits? Yeah, there we go. I'm not too sure if I'll actually get this done this stream. What I might do is I might stream until the 2-hour mark, so we're probably going to go for another half an hour, and then I might stop and move to someone else's stream. Just because, you know, I mainly just wanted to get my feet wet, so to say, back into streaming, and then probably do like a proper stream. I want to do a proper stream at some other point before the big 1-year anniversary stream. Feet. I had a feeling that would get Eris. But I do want to obviously do something big for the 1-year anniversary stream. Like I said, I don't know. I might do like a much longer stream. Obviously, it's not going to be to the point of like the charity stream from last year, whereby I was like trying to do like a 12-hour stream and I could barely manage 10. It's not going to be that long, but it's probably going to be a longer stream. It's not going to be the 4-hour long stream that, or the 3-hour long streams that I tend to do, or even like the 4-hour long streams that I used to do. I should have got water. I should have got water beforehand. My throat is killing me. I will, like I say, I'll probably go for a little bit longer, and then I will raid someone. And I'll also hydrate, because god, boy howdy does my throat feel like it's going to catch fire. It's funny that, you know, considering where I work, you would think that talking would be the last thing I'd have issue with. Just point the water gun at your face, just go blah, blah. If someone wants to do an edit of that blah, 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 like the dog with the hose pipe with cerulean, I am more than welcome for you to do that. Even if you're bad at art, go right ahead. Yeah, exactly. Do Warra Garble with cerulean instead of the dog. I will not stop you if you want to do something like that. Oh. The one thing I can say about the performance of this game is that even though it's not been terribly great, at least it's running better than Division 2 did when we did play that game. Because that just didn't want to run at all, and then it crashed. It didn't want to run, and then it crashed. This one hasn't crashed just yet. For now. I understand that I probably said that, and now the game was just going to be like, I must crash. Must have comedic timing. Do not taunt the game. Yeah, I know. I do appreciate that. Now that I've said that, the game is probably just going to try and find some way to crash. But hey, that'll give me an excuse to stop streaming. But I also don't want to stop streaming just yet. I want to continue talking all kinds of shit. Like, you know, how school sucks. And homework sucks. But hey, that's the reason you come to my streams, is to hear me talk all kinds of bullshit. And then throw money my way, because apparently you like me talking shit that much. It also still seems... I'm still, like, unbelievably, like... I still find it wild that it's now reached the point of streaming whereby if you've been subscribed since the beginning, it's now a 1 year subscription streak, which is wild. Because I could have sworn that I got affiliate like way later. Like I could have sworn like I got it way later than like a year ago. I could have sworn I got it like 10 months ago. I want to say 9, but I think 10 is a bit more accurate. Maybe it was actually maybe I got to affiliate much quicker than I thought. But still, it's appreciated. I also do want to get around to finally getting some more emotes. What I have done is, if you are a subscriber, I have moved all of the emotes, including the tier limited ones, to the tier 1. Just because, to be fair, I wanted to do that for a while because there wasn't actually that many stream emotes, and you know, the fact that I was limiting all of my emotes to tier 3 subscribers was just like, I didn't really like that. So if you're a subscriber at all, you have access to every single emote, including Call of 5 Lewd, which was previously only available for tier 3 streamers, i.e. tier 3 subscribers, i.e. Eris. But now everyone can Call of 5 Lewd. And also Call of 5 Dab, that's also very important. I was in contact with Freya at some point to get some more emotes done. But obviously things have gotten in the way, mainly me having not much money, us both having work, her obviously focusing on her own streams and getting other emotes from other people. I want to get around to getting those emotes sorted at some point in the new year. But then I've got more emotes to focus about because I've got more slots. I can't remember how many slots I've got free. I want to say 7. It's either 6 or 7 that I have spare. And I've got some ideas for emotes. But it's just a factor of getting them and also being able to afford them. Because obviously I'm not gonna let Freya work for free. I'm not that kind of person. Because, you know, support your artists, even if they are your friends. Like, of course, Freya is going to get my money for her doing some art. Of course she is. Even though we've been, like, you know, buddies for God knows how many years, I'm not going to be the kind of person to be like, I know we're friends, so do you want to do it for free? I'm just like, you're my friend. I'm fucking paying you to draw this shit. I'm not going to be an arsehole about it. Unfortunately, that also means that getting emotes is a slower process than normal because it depends on me being able to afford it. But I'd rather have that than you know that it's going to be free per se. The downside of the washer vision being yellow, or orange I should say, is the fact that trying to find the last thing on light wood is fucking impossible. It's like, where the fuck is the dirt? Well, it's there, I think. I think that was some of it. Where's the rest of it? Is that some? That is some there. Just go around it again. Just to make sure you got every single tiny little bit of dirt done. That might actually be an idea. Just like giving it a quick one go round. It's not ideal. But it's either this or just having to like constantly spam tab just so I can get this one tiny bit of dirt done. Hey, at least this is like one plus side that real pressure washers don't have. Maybe they do. There we go. Maybe they actually do have this as a perk, but they don't talk to anyone about it. Maybe it's their company secret. Maybe that's how pressure washers like are so good at their job, is because they have this vision. I don't mean vision as in like, you know, artistic vision, as in like literal vision. Like, I see dirt, I must eliminate the dirt. Right, let's do this, Barbie. Let's do the Barbie. We have dirt vision, exactly. You can't. Pretty crappy superhero. I am Dirt Man. I am PowerWash Man, or whatever. I am Pressure Man. Pressure Man just more kind of sounds like, you know, like a court person. Whatever the phrase is. I'm very bad at finding, like, phrases for something. Or finding, like, the right words for certain careers. I'm terrible when it comes to, like, the naming of careers. Because it's just like, it's a person who does this thing. Whatever it's called. And it's, like, a really obvious word. I love that I can grab it from right there. Unfortunately, now that I'm holding it, I can't drop it until I put it down somewhere. Live there. You can live there now. It's fine. I will use you in a second. Well, I say in a second. I will use you eventually, but not now. Oh, don't tell me the barbecue's rusty too. Actually, did the store get fluid again? God damn it. Okay. Okay, I guess the barbecue is going to not be clean for a little bit. The barbecue is going to stay a little bit dirty. Not through choice. Where's... When are we going to have MCU of the MCU film of the character who has dirt vision? The cleanest man in the world. Or woman. Or non-binary. You know, non-binary heroes are valid. There should be more of them. No bias at all. Literally no bias at all. We need more non-binary superheroes. Are there any non-binary superheroes? Like, is it actually non-binary? I can't think of any. But then again, it's not something I tend to think about, because I'm not that big on superheroes in general. Like, I'm pretty sure I've talked about it, like, a lot on the streams, but I'm just not that big into, like, the MCU and that. I just find that like it's a lot of things you need to watch, otherwise you won't understand context of certain things. And it's just like it's homework. That's what it is. It's homework. Don't get me wrong. It's like well done homework, but it is still like homework at the end of the day. Oh yeah, Loki. I completely forgot about Loki. I completely forgot that Loki is gender fluid. Okay, so yeah, more, including Loki. Loki valid. Where the fuck is the dirt? Right down there? Just make that a quote the stream. Where the fuck is the dirt? I would love to make that like the title of the next stream, but I know for a fact that adding swear words onto Twitch stream titles is big no-no. I mean, to be fair, we have to come back to this anyway because yeah, this has got to be cleaned, and we haven't got any cleaning stuff. We haven't got any cleaning fluid. I think what I might do is I might do this like massive staircase now, and that's probably going to be the last thing we do. Have we got 3 fucking... Why have we got 3 of these, like, step things? I mean, fair enough that it's going to be different heights, but it does seem a little bit OTT, you know? Oh, that is pretty. I like the fact that it's, like, smack bang in the middle of a park, including a massive, like, rock formation waterfall. I like that. That's cool. Yeah, let's get more non-binary MCU characters, or more non-binary superheroes, I should say. Not exclusively Marvel. The only non-binary superheroes other than fairly minor characters only introduced in the last... Or fairly minor characters only introduced in the last few years. That honestly makes sense, just because unfortunately, like, the acceptance of non-binary people has kind of only become a thing recently. Like, I know in regards to superhero-related stuff, I know Ezra Miller, I think it's Ezra Miller, who is the person who plays the Flash in the DC films. I know that they're non-binary, which is cool. Like, it's cool that, you know, you're getting someone who's non-binary, who, to be fair, isn't playing a non-binary superhero. But, yeah, that's still some representation. I will take that. Would be nice if, you know, they were playing a non-binary superhero, but unfortunately they seem to be very, very few and far between just by the sheer fact that the only one that really exists is Loki. If I ever get around to doing superhero stuff, which I doubt, because it's not the kind of thing I would want to create. But, you know, I would like to create like a non-binary superhero. I always find it funny that, like, one criticism that people tend to have with, like, media with LGBT representation is that, oh, they're just pandering. I'm just like, if I have the chance to do so, like, if I have the chance to create media and have the chance of including LGBT characters into it, I'm going to make sure as many characters as possible are LGBT. Like, if the main criticism for LGBT inclusion is there's too much of it, then I'm going to say that's not enough of it. Like, I get in some instances that you want your LGBT representation to actually mean something. Like, obviously there's a lot of LGBT representation in media that is, unfortunately, predominantly consists of either very minor characters that die quite soon, or very minor characters that have about, like, 2 voice lines, and then are never heard or seen from again. And thankfully, media nowadays seem to be a lot more accepting and a lot more willing to represent non-binary or LGBT people in general. 3 of the 4 non-binary characters in Marvel comics are created by a single person. All 3 of those are X-Men. Wow. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can kind of see that. He's like a token straight character or whatever, so the straights can't complain. Yeah, that's very true, but I will also make it so that that character is, like, so unbelievably minor as a character. Not minor as in young. Minor as in, like, not seen much. But, like, I'll say, there's a straight person in it. There's a straight cis person in it. They're there. They exist. They're in the world. But they're not in there that much. I didn't say they're a common... I didn't want to say they're a common character. I think there was one script that I wrote that is something that could easily be done with a more heterosexual couple. Very easily. What did I do? I made sure that the script was done so that it basically consists of a... I don't want to say homosexual, because obviously, you know, non-binary people exist and they are not all necessarily homosexual. Non-straight, let's go with that. They're a non-straight couple. And I really want to do that. Unfortunately, that requires, like, you know, people. And, you know, the current world we live in right now has made, unfortunately, a lot of film stuff difficult. It's made a lot of stuff difficult, to be fair, but, you know, as someone that did film at uni and does have a film degree, film is, like, my main topic in this situation. I really want to get back into making films, but it's just back when I graduated from uni, I just didn't have the energy or time or money, really, to make films. Now I have money. I also now don't have time. I also now have the issue of a massive global pandemic that is really stunting any kind of art, let alone film. And really the only ones that are really making films are the ones that have the people already who are more than willing to be part of a project, or big companies that are willing to put money towards making sure that everyone involved in it is safe. Not people like me, who doesn't really have the crew or the cast to really do that kind of thing, unfortunately, which sucks. When I do get around to, like, being able to make films again, I will definitely make sure to be public about it. Because technically, like, all of the films I've ever made, for the most part, are all available on... not the YouTube channel that you all will know, the CollaredDolphin one. It's not on there. It's on my own personal YouTube channel. It's not hard to find. If you know my actual real name, it's not hard to find. But yeah, like, pretty much all of my films are on there, and they increasingly get better and better. Let's just say that. They increasingly get better and better. To be fair, I do understand the fact that I do have, in fact, the Kim. The world-renowned Kim. The Kim the Bat. To be fair, like, I can probably, like, easily pen up, like, one-person films. Like, that can be part of, like, that's part of my skill. God. Doing film at uni was probably, like... It was the least... It was like work that wasn't actually work, so to say. Mainly because it was just like... You know, it was just a bunch of people in, like, their mid-20s, for the most part, just doing what they want to do. And it was good. It was good. I'm not using that as, like, an advertisement to, like, go to uni to do film. Obviously not. That's expensive as shit. And I dread to think what making film was like in school or in uni during the global pandemic, like especially in 2020 when it was like especially prominent. I dread to think what it would have been like learning film when you predominantly couldn't actually make films. Like I'm glad that I graduated uni 3 years before the pandemic started. I am super glad of that. Yeah, I actually didn't do that many plays at school. When I did do plays at school, it was predominantly like really like minor roles. Is that too low? No, we can spin. Spin. Actually, spin. Okay, it didn't work. I was trying to make it so that my mouse would just like spin forever, like all good Logitech mice can do. Unfortunately, it didn't work. Yeah, that'll do, I think. Yeah, I didn't actually do the only like prominent play that I did was I think Bugsy Malone, and I can't actually remember what role it was, but I know it wasn't a major one. I guess it just shows that even when I were a kid, I never was too focused on like acting per se. I was more focused on being behind the camera or being production or anything like that. I was never too fussed about being a major character in something. And I actually can't. I don't actually know if I was if I have acted in something, it was never a major role, and it was most likely just predominantly stuff for college or stuff for uni. It was never stuff like professional work, quote unquote professional work. I think the most major role that I did in front of the camera, quote unquote, was during college. I think we were doing like a lot of one of our tasks at college was doing advertisements for like we basically had like a range of products that were predominantly bought by people of a certain age. So it was mainly Brute and Werther's Originals, basically like old person products. And basically our task was to make advertisements that made them appeal to a younger demographic. And during that, like, people heard our one was Brute. And people heard my voice and they said, "God, you have a really good like voiceover voice. Do you want to do voiceover for my project?" And I swear to God, half of the projects that were for that assignment, I was the voiceover for. So I guess streaming is like the natural evolution of that. Like, I never really felt terribly confident about my voice, and especially now, like I feel like my voice is just like I don't mind hearing my voice right now. Like if I'm like talking naturally, like I don't mind it too much. It's when I'm hearing it in editing or when I'm hearing it in like another project, that's when I'm just like, oh god, my voice. It's why I'm not too fussed about editing together my own clips or my own VODs into like a clip show. Just because I don't really like hearing the sound of my voice outside of just casually hearing it, because it's just like, oh, if I say something, it's just like, oh, that's water under the bridge, whatever. If I hear it in like a recording, I'm just like, oh god, I sound like that. Oh god, I said that. Oh fuck, like that kind of stuff. I'm sure I'm not the only one to think that. I'm pretty sure pretty much every single person in chat right now probably has the exact same feeling. That gender dysphoria, my friends. But that was like the one moment when I was like, I actually had something going for me. And I was just like, oh wow, yeah, like actually people like my voice so much that they actually want me to be part of the project that they're actually working on. Like, wow. Bearing in mind that, you know, for a solid like God knows how many years, many years, I really struggled with self-esteem. Still do to this point. to a point. So, you know, to have multiple people, I should say, basically ask for my voice, basically, was something. And, you know, that was probably like one of the best experiences what I had at education, next to basically the first project that we did at uni was basically a documentary about something in Newport, because we were living in Newport at the time, unfortunately. And basically we picked this, like, I'm pretty sure I told this story to many people at the time, but I love telling this story because it's a good story. Let me talk. Anyway, and basically we picked this, like, restaurant place in Newport that was, like, in one of the arcades, and God, it was like this really lovely chap who basically ran this restaurant fast food place, who was, interestingly enough, someone who is Swedish Korean, because I think his family is from, I think it's like one of his parents is Korean and one of his parents is Swedish. So he had this really interesting, like, not terribly common dual citizenship person who was both Korean and Swedish. And he had such a great personality. Like, he was the kind of chap that, you know, he was the kind of person that you could chat to for hours and would never get bored. And he always told us, like, great stories about his childhood and, you know, his overall life stance, and it was great. And actually ended up being, like, I think we got the highest grade in the very first project. Unfortunately, I didn't actually meet those kind of levels since. But knowing that on the first attempt, we not only got a really good subject, but also managed to do a good job of representing him well, and actually create something that was charming, funny, wholesome. Like, basically we hit all the nails on the head, and it was good. It was really good nailing it the first time. Like, knowing that we created something that everyone enjoyed, and also actually managed to help the chap, because the chap actually told us that because of our film, a lot of our fellow students actually went to that place, and only one person got sick. And granted, that was actually one of our crew members who somehow got sick on one of the food that was made. Which, you know, obviously that sucks, but only one person got ill, and it was someone who was part of the crew anyway. No one who went there through our own word of mouth got ill, as far as we're aware. But, yeah, I really liked that. Yeah, the funny thing is that you say fermented meatballs, Kim. Like, I don't recall him ever selling anything that actually consisted of meatballs. It was mainly like noodle dishes and stuff like that. Really good as well. Like, obviously, not stuff that's really good for you, like on a health standpoint, but on a feel-good food standpoint, yeah, it was good stuff. Good stuff. I'm continuing to talk mainly because I can't find the rest of the dirt here. The downside of doing the staircase. Good thing there's no fall damage, eh? That's the other funny thing about this game, is the fact that, you know, you have no fall damage, so you can just, like, once you're done with, like, a building, you can just, like, jump, you can just leap from the top floor and then just crash and, like, have no repercussions whatsoever. That'd be an idea for a realistic mode. Just, like, have it so, you know, you actually have full damage. That's done. So what isn't done? The handrails. Okay, great. Oh, well, big ass bits of dirt here and there. Once we're done with this, then we'll wrap up. I do appreciate it's a little bit longer, but hey, A, I've been talking, and B, I've been struggling to find dirt. Maybe it's underneath the handrails? Actually, let's change the thing. There we go. I'll have a proper look underneath. Because I think that's one place that I've been neglecting. You can clean a building by repeatedly jumping off the roof and spraying on the way down. You can. It's not terribly efficient, unfortunately. It's a good tactic on paper, but in execution, it's actually not that great. Mainly because like, you know, if you spray straight down, it actually leaves spots. But you know, good idea. And I mean, if you do it enough times, then yeah, it would definitely work. Any more dirt? There's some there. Some there. It's like a 99%. I swear it's at 99%. Is it the way? Is it? Spiral staircase. Handrail. Yeah, it's at 99%. Come on. Where's this last bit of dirt? We've got to sneak up on the dirt to not scare it. What I should do is I should play some like Metal Gear music or something. Like the most stealthy power washers. Go sneak up on the dirt. There we go. Cool. I'd say they made decent progress so far. We've done that a little bit. We've done most of that little bit there. We've done the staircase. And we've done 3 vehicles as well. So, decent progress. I'm definitely down to do some more of this at some point. Oh, excuse me. I'm definitely down to do some more of this at some point. But for now, just doing a nice chill stream just to catch up. Explain what's going on in the future for, like, predominantly next week. And mostly just to say, like, hey, this is what I've been doing over the last couple of months, and just talking. It's nice talking to a microphone and a screen. It's nice doing that again. But obviously I jest. Right, so let us find someone to raid. Jump on over to Twitch and mute. I've moved over to a different browser as well, just because Firefox is doing NFTs. Well, no, I don't know if they're doing NFTs or if they're doing Bitcoin stuff or cryptocurrency stuff or both. Either way, they're doing shit that I don't agree with, so I'm not using Firefox until they disagree, and I'm not using Chrome because Chrome sucks. Right, who we got to raid? Yeah, I mean, standard stuff, but do you know what? It's always nice to go and say hi to him, so we're going to go and raid Ramorgi. Obviously, most of you probably know who he is. Really good variety streamer. He's currently playing Super Animal Royale with some friends, so I will start the raid. I was understand that he goes by Borgi now, not Ramorgi, but he's the same guy, exactly the same guy. So, oh yeah, I've cancelled it now. Okay, that's good. That's good that they've actually gone against that, because everyone basically agreed that it was bullshit. But I'm going to give Vivaldi a try just to see if that's any good. But all browsers suck pretty much. It's like operating systems; they all suck. Just some suck more than others, and some suck less than others. Anyway, go say hi to Lucas. He's great. You all probably know that at this point, but if you don't, he's great. Next time I'll stream, I don't know when that will be. It will definitely be next week, either on Friday or Saturday, depending on when I'm in work. There will be a 1-year anniversary stream whereby we will just have fun, play games, have fun with friends, all that kind of shit. It'll be merry. Come and join in. And other than that, I might stream at some other point next week, but definitely Friday or Saturday. So yeah, go say hi to Lucas, and I will see you all in the next stream. Thank you for coming, and I will see you all next time. Take care.